What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another LEGO YouTube video. Today we have a more kind of sentimental slash big update video for y'all, and today I figured I wanted to go ahead and get a head start with packing up some of the LEGO sets that I want to bring to school and kind of actually deciding which ones I want to take to school and which ones I am most likely going to leave here. So before we start, I guess we have to actually find some boxes to put these guys in, and so I found a couple lying around in my basement. I'm gonna try and look for some more next week just to kind of finish things up. This is kind of like a part one, I guess, but the two obvious sets that I really wanted to bring with me was the LEGO T2 Camper Van from LEGO Creator Expert, as I just really like the color scheme of this set and it's one of my favorites, and then also the Beatles Yellow Submarine, and I was able to fit both of these kind of snugly into this shoebox, and there's some padding inside of there too, and I wanted to separate the minifigures just so those don't get scratched up or damaged, so I went ahead and decided to put these guys inside of this miniature submarine lunchbox that I found at one of the antique malls where I live. And then next up, what we've got is the UCS R2-D2. I really want to take this guy. It's one of my favorite LEGO Star Wars sets and probably one of the more iconic ones. So here it is now taken off of the shelf, and I really don't like all the emptiness that we're seeing now, but he was able to fit inside of this second box pretty nicely. And then I wanted to go ahead and put the plaque and the minifigure inside of here just so they don't get damaged. And I also decided I was going to take BD1. I was initially kind of torn on whether or not I'd take him or not, but I feel like it'd pair nicely with R2-D2, so I think those two guys fit inside this box nicely. Hopefully they don't get too damaged in the move, and I think I'm going to actually leave the Droideka for now, as I'm not as attached to the Droideka as I am with the R2 and BD1. It's just not as special. So next up, we're going to pack up some of these LEGO Nintendo sets. I actually really like the LEGO Super Mario 18 Plus stuff, so first I guess we'll start off by just grabbing all the smaller side builds and just some of the tiny poly bags that we've got here too. So all of these guys, even if they do get damaged, shouldn't really be that hard to repair, so I'm not really super worried about these guys, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and stick these inside with the T2 Camper Van and the Yellow Submarine. Since they're small enough, I want to kind of utilize the space that I have, so I think these will fit inside of here nicely without getting too damaged. I'm also just going to try and be as careful as possible moving these guys too, just so that the rebuilding process for some of these sets isn't as bad as it could be. And so now this box is able to fully shut, which is good, so I can stack stuff on top of it. And next up, we get to the actual larger Nintendo sets here, and I really like these guys, so I wanted to bring them along. It'll probably be the exact same setup that we have here, just in another place. So here's all of the 18 plus stuff over here. I guess first off we have to start by kind of folding up the Super Mario 64 question mark block just so pieces don't fall off, and also it just makes it a smaller set too, so it's easy to transport. So really convenient that I was able to do that. And then here is this first box packed up. We were able to put the NES inside and the Piranha Plant with the BD1 and the UCS LEGO R2-D2, so I think that box is full, and honestly we utilize the space really well. And then the other box just has the question mark block as well as the stand for Mighty Bowser and of course Mighty Bowser. And so here is the empty nightstand now, which kind of looks depressing seeing it just completely empty, but I'm getting all sentimental, I guess. And then next up, we've got maybe some of my non-LEGO stuff over here, my Funko Pops, and also some of these kind of wood carvings that my brother made for me, which are pretty cool. So definitely taking the Yellow Submarine and the Orange Puffle, as well as this Minecraft light that I got from my friend for my birthday. And initially, I was just going to take my favorite out of the Funko Pops, so I'm kind of just selecting the ones that I like the most, but then I thought, why not take them all, and if I don't have space for them, I don't have space for them, because honestly, Funko Pops are pretty cool, and they don't take up that much space, so might as well have more decorations, and have some that I can't display than too little decorations. And I was able to actually fit these inside of this box pretty well too, and so now this is empty too, and I really don't like all of the emptiness that we see here. I think that's probably one of the negative sides of packing a little early, is you're kind of surrounded in an emptier room. It's not fully empty, luckily, but anyway, next up we have some of the bigger sets, the modular buildings that I want to take with me. And first off, we have to take Palpatine's little shuttle off of here, and I actually decided to take the Palace Cinema with me, like I discussed in an earlier video, and we had to kind of take the floors off to make it easier to move. And then next up is of course the Grand Emporium, and I kind of did the same thing to make it easier to move. I just separated the floors and then quickly slid it off of the shelf here. And so here are the two modulars that we're going to take. I kind of want to use these as bookends where I have some books in between them. I think would look pretty cool, and then having both of those corner modulars I feel would look just really good in a new setup. And then of course we've got the minifigures on here, so I decided to take them all off of the base plates and just slide them inside of the modulars for easy transport. That way they don't get damaged in the move, they don't really scratch up against anything, which should hopefully work out for us. I'm really hoping there's as little damage as possible. And then I just went ahead and did the exact same thing with the minifigures that were on top of the Palace Cinema. And so now these two guys are fitting inside of this box pretty snugly. However, there is a little bit of space for them to move around. So what I went ahead and did was I just put one of my pillows over here to kind of just mitigate how much they're able to kind of like slide around in the car. So hopefully that protects them, because both of those are also some more of my rare Lego sets. And that is the first day of packing that I've been able to do. So now we're on day 2 and it is raining today, and I didn't get as much done in this part as the first part, but definitely still made some progress. It's kind of weird to just see all of these Lego sets kind of boxed up and ready to be transported, but I'm excited to see what the new setup is. Here's Ruby saying hi, but just kind of looking around at the Lego room and just seeing not total emptiness, but definitely a lot emptier than it has been before is kind of a weird feeling. But I am really excited to see what the new room will look like, and I'm sure it won't be as good as this one because it'll definitely be scaled down a bit. It's definitely going to be a bit of a different vibe, but it's still pretty cool. I wish I could have taken more sets with me, like the Tranquil Garden and maybe some of these Star Wars art sets, but I'm thinking what my plan is. First, I'm just going to take the essential Lego sets that I really think are special to me. I really wanted to take another wall art like the Starry Night and some of these other guys on this wall, but I figured why not just move the essential stuff that I know I want first, and then later on, if I have more room when I come visit home, take a few more Lego sets with me, and that'll be fun too to make some future videos where I just like slowly add to the new Lego displays wall. So we're going to start small and maybe bring some more stuff depending on whether or not we have the space for it. So now we're going to move on to moving some stuff off of my TV stand, and I'm actually not taking the office Lego set, but I do have to move it off of this shelf so that I can take the TV stand with me, and so I decided to move it by Home Alone just for now. This is probably where it will stay for the foreseeable future. And then next up, I of course have to pack up all of these Wii games that I'm going to take with me. So here they are all packed up, and it's kind of funny that I've got the Netflix streaming disc. So let me know if you've got that in your Nintendo library. I think that's kind of a very obscure thing. And I'm going to take my Wii and my Switch, just not today because I'm still using those almost every day, but I went ahead and packed up the little space inside of this milk crate with some more just like pillowcases and stuff, just to avoid everything sliding around so there's not really as much damage to everything. And next up, I kind of had to pack up a lot of my wardrobe, so I just decided to put those guys in these green bins. And now we're essentially like probably like 60% moved out. I figured why not get a head start just to kind of make the move less stressful, and definitely feels a bit weird just again seeing all of the emptiness inside of the Lego room. Definitely a lot of changes. I hope to bring some more Lego sets to my apartment, but I don't really want to bring too many and then just like not have space for everything. So we'll definitely see what the new setup looks like. I'm really excited in a couple weeks to actually see the final setup and show it to you guys. But yeah, I think definitely let me know what you guys thought of the video. Be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy down in the comments, and subscribe if you are new around here. But I think this is one of the first of many updates that are going to come to the channel. So in a few weeks, this channel will definitely look very different. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.